Hey everyone, GoBotch here, back today with another post-game show for Madden 20 franchise with the Dallas Cowboys. After the Week 5 victory against the Chargers at home, the Cowboys had a battle. It was a game of two halves, really. The Cowboys put up a big number there in the first half, and then the Chargers came on strong there at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. But the Cowboys outlasted them. We were outdone offensively, but we outrushed them. They outpassed us. We had one more first down than they had. We had less turnovers overall, and more yards gained overall by almost 200 yards there, with the 708 total yards because of the kick return yards and the punt return yards. Looking at red zone, both teams were 100% in the red zone. Cowboys were time of possession just down a little bit there. Not too bad. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Woo. Again, I'm not feeling too good right now, so if I sound under the weather and all the sneezing, I apologize. I'm just not feeling very good. But Dak played a really good game. Best game he's probably had this season. 317 yards of total passing offense, one touchdown, no picks, sacked 6 times on the day. Melvin Gordon led all rushers with 14 carries, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. Zeke, 16 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Dak had 9 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Pollard, 9 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. And Cooper, 2 carries, 23 yards, and a touchdown rushing. Receiving wise, Keenan Allen led all receivers, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air today. Cooper led all the Cowboys out there, 3 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. Pollard, 1 catch on the screen pass, 65 yards and a touchdown. Gallup, 3 for 61. Jarwin, 4 for 44. Cobb, 3 for 41. And then Schultz, 2 for 13 out of the fullback position. And Zeke with 1 lone catch. Defensively, top tacklers was Xavier Woods with 11 tackles for the Cowboys. It's a very good performance from him right there. Top tackle for a lost man. We had, for the Cowboys, a bunch of dudes with 1. And the top sack machine out there was Joey Bosa. The Cowboys had Wilkinson. Wilkinson out there had 2 sacks on the day. Tank added on with 1. We did have 1 interception on the day. It was Jeff Heath, 1 pick, which really helped the Cowboys get into a good position. Now, let's go ahead and advance through and get to the next week, which will be against the Saints, which I believe we're going to have Leighton Vander Esch back, if I'm not mistaken. I hope. Let's talk about Marshawn Lattimore. Yeah, we want to stop him. Slow him down. Can't eliminate him, but we want to slow him down. Okay. Think we can manage that? Yeah. So beat the Saints. Throw 1 or fewer picks. All right, we'll try it. We did it last week. Can we do it again? That's the big question mark here today. All right, let's go and get ready. Sim this training session. Sim the training session. Get those player upgrades up as much as we can for some of our youngins. All right, Mari Cooper getting an upgrade. Excuse Gizmo. I'm so sorry. He's been a little barky today. A little bit barky today. But let's go ahead and get to the scouting right quick. Again, we know we're probably going to have to replace some dudes this year as far as just looking at it. Fullback-wise, we may want to go chase somebody, as a late pick just for funsies. I'm looking at a couple of these dudes just see what can y'all do to help me. 6th round, okay, well, whatever. Receiving wise, we were looking at a couple of these dudes as well. Lots of receivers. Good lord, all these are late round draft picks. I want to look at mid round guys, like fifth round. Some of these dudes over here. That's not bad. 3rd round pick. Gotta try to reload with this position because we may be missing out. And left guard is again another position that we're gonna definitely have to be seeing about at some point in the future, because I don't think we'll bring back Daniels. I think we don't have money for that going down the road. But returning from injury, Leighton Vander Esch is back for the Dallas Cowboys. We're 4-1, 3-2 Saints on the road. That's gonna be a tough test for us. But looking at this team now, how it's shaken out here again. I'm very happy with Schultz out there at the fullback position because it adds an extra receiving threat out there for us. So I'm very pleased with that personally. Defensively, Vander Esch is back, Smith and March. So I think we're better off now defensively than we've been in a long, long time. Looking at the standings here, the Cowboys. So yes, wow, that's unbelievable. So we're going to go ahead and look at this here. Go division by division here. The AFC North led by the 5-0 Bengals. Golly, man, this Bengals team is just unbelievable in this game, evidently. The Browns are 0-4, back to their old ways, I see. The AFC South, the Colts are 4-1, leading that division. It's kind of a mess right now. The Bills at 3-1 are leading their division. Look at the amount of offense they've been putting up. They've been very, very good. 136 points so far this season. The AFC West led by the 4-0 Broncos, who their defense is just immaculate. They haven't scored a ton, only 98 total points for, but 73 points against. A stout defense. I think we play them later this season too, so that'll be fun. The Chiefs are right behind them at 4-1. NFC North led right now by the Bears at 5-0 with 140 points for and 86 against. They're good on both sides of the football. Definitely showing up to be one of the top teams in the National Football League to beat this season. The South is led by the Falcons at 4-1. The Panthers just right behind them. Offensive crazy. I mean, look at all these teams right here and the amount of points they're all putting up. They're doing very well for themselves. Cowboys at 4-1, 154 points for, 119 against. So still middle of the ground right there defensively. But look at this. That's what I'm talking about. The Redskins are 0-3 and have 2 draws this year, 2 ties this year. That is unbelievable to me. That sucks so bad. But that hurts for them. Cardinals at 2-1-1 are leading the West. And it's just a mess of a division there in the West as all those teams are beating up the chart. Look at the 49ers, though. Only 81 points against this year, but they've only scored 72. If they can pick up offensively, they're probably going to be in great shape because these two teams right here are very, very strong defensively from what I'm looking at there. Let's go ahead and look at the stats, look at the league leaders and all coming up here in the NFL. Dak leading the league in passing this year out there, the 1,500 yards passing. Rushing-wise, he's second in rushing. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Cooper now second in receiving touchdowns and receiving yards. So let's go ahead and look at all of this. Dak now 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Trying to even up those numbers. We're going to see. Let's go league leaders now and check out the NFL as a whole. So Dak is leading by almost 100 yards over Phillip Rivers for the Patriots. Haskins Jr., Trubisky, Mahomes, Brissett, and Cousins all behind Dak. Top touchdown man is Brissett, who we're about to come up against. 16 touchdowns, 1 lone interception on the year. And the man with the most picks is still Dak Prescott with 8 interceptions. We're going to try to fix those numbers as we continue this season. Hopefully we will. Rushing-wise, Saquon Barkley leading the NFL in rushing yards with 447 yards. Dak Prescott right behind them. And Zeke is creeping up the list ever so closely now into the top 6. Top touchdown man in the league is still Markel Sims with 7 rushing touchdowns. Followed by him is Thompson, Perrine, Trubisky, Zeke, Madison, and Geis. Top receivers in the NFL, T.Y. Hilton leading the league. Cooper just behind him. Then you got Adams, Godwin, Robinson, Allen, and Smith-Schuster. Top touchdown man in the league is T.Y. Hilton as well. Cooper right behind him with Aguilar, Martin, Tate III, Anderson, and Doxson, all with 4 receiving touchdowns this season. Top defending tackler, we have Jalen Smith still leading the NFL with 49 tackles. Top tackle for a loss man in the league is still Oliver Wilkinson with 11 tackles for a loss. Followed by him is Donald. Top sack guy in the league is still Fletcher Cox, 7.5 sacks, tied with Vaughn, Miller, and Tank right behind them with 7 sacks on the season. Nobody has more interceptions than Devondre Campbell, 3 interceptions on the year. Forced fumble machine this year is we got a 3-way tie with 2 forced fumbles. Jalen Smith on top of that list. And anybody have? Oh wow, does anybody have blocks this year? No blocks yet this year. 2 safeties this year. Defensive touchdowns, and a bunch of guys here with 1 defensive. Okay, so that's not too terrible. All right. But looking at the Cowboys right now, we are one of the best teams as far as let's see, we're number 1 in total yards of offense. Let's see where we're at next. 22nd in yards against. That's not good. So we've slowly been going back to our old ways. We're 2nd in total points in the NFL this year, and we're 15th, so middle of the run there in points allowed this year. Defensively. So that's what we're kind of sitting right now as a team, stat-wise. Again, is there any big news going on? Let's go look at the news here. News. Broncos, Bengals. So we got a battle of the unbeatens. We got 2 teams unbeaten, the Broncos and the Bengals. That's going to be a fun game to watch there, y'all, in the division or in that conference. I'm very excited to see that one right there. And I'm anticipating an epic showdown between us and Of course, look at our division, by the way. I didn't realize the Eagles lost, and now we have a 2-game buffer there in the division. But this game right here, for sure, going to be an absolute offensive beast between all the guys we got to go up against here at the Saints. So look forward to that one coming up to you all on Monday. But I thank you all so much for tuning in today for another post-game highlight show for Madden 20 franchise of the Dallas Cowboys. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I go live with any and all content here on the channel. And feel free to subscribe here to Go Watch Gaming if you haven't already done so. But thanks so much, y'all, for tuning in. Y'all have an outstanding rest of your day and weekend, and I'll see you all back here Monday in the next Madden episode. Y'all take it easy.